Dear students, how are you all? Welcome back to the channel. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to start a very new chapter of your class 7th NCERT CBSE book, that is, yes, respiration in living organisms. So without any further delay, let's get started. All right. You all know that our Mother Earth is categorized into two major world of organisms, that is, the living and non-living organisms. On our Mother Earth, there are two types of creatures which live together, that is, living and non-living organisms. Organisms means जीव, जीव और जंतु. हमारी धरती पर दो तरह के ऑर्गेनिजम्स रहते हैं जिन्हें हम लिविंग और नॉन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स कहते हैं. तो हमें कैसे पता चलता है बच्चों कि कौन सा जीव लिविंग है और कौन सा नहीं? हमने बहुत सारे करेक्टरिस्टिक्स पढ़े हैं अबाउट द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स, दैट दे ग्रो, दे ब्रीथ, they take oxygen, they take energy to do or to perform various day-to-day activities, and also they move from one place to another. So, can you guess what does the respiration means? Yes, respiration involves the process of breathing, the way we inhale the oxygen inside our body and then exhale out the carbon dioxide gas. Today we are going to learn about the process of respiration in detail. How can you say that living organisms are alive? Because they show the characteristic of breathing. Living things breathe. All living organisms breathe air. People and animals breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Plants takes in carbon dioxide and releases the oxygen. So, have you understood that there are two main type of gases which is involved to perform the process of breathing, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. We get the oxygen from plants and plants get carbon dioxide from us. Okay? So, have you ever wondered that what does actually breathing involves? What are the steps which involves breathing? So, my dear students, in science, there is a process called respiration to explain about breathing. Humans, animals, and plants are all living organisms. All living organisms breathe. They can breathe through a scientific process which is known as respiration. Respiration involves two steps of breathing, that is inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation starts when we breathe in the oxygen, like this elephant which is breathing inside the oxygen, and exhaling, that means exhalation, exiting out the carbon dioxide from its body. Okay, you perform such a step in order to complete the process of respiration. Okay, but now the next question arises, does process of respiration only involves inhalation and exhalation? We have a large human body. We all living organisms have a complex structure. Does only inhalation and exhalation provides oxygen to our whole body? Let's see. Humans are made up of cells, tissues, and organs. All sorts of living organisms, including animals, humans, we all are made up of with a complex structure which involves the cells, the tissues, and the organs. Yes, that you can see on the screen. The cells collectively form tissues, and then collective of tissues form the organs, and organs forms the organ system, and the whole organ system forms a human body or any kind of body which is living, that is known as organism. Okay, our organism, we as organisms have a specialized structure or specialized organ within which help us to respire. Today we are going to learn about lungs. Okay, lungs plays a vital role to complete the process of respiration. Your chest is basically a balloon emporium for your lungs. It's a sort of balloon structure. Not a balloon structure, but it's kind of inflate when we breathe in oxygen and deflate when we exiting out the carbon dioxide. You can see in the picture, when you take a deep breath, it's like blowing up those balloons, but instead of helium, they get pumped with supercharged oxygen. We all know, we have studied in class 6 that the balloons are inflated with helium, but our lungs that sort of look like a hanging balloons, two hanging balloons, we inflate inside not helium, we inflate oxygen inside our body while breathing in. This magical oxygen zips through your body, giving you the power to conquer, playtime, race around, and tackle all your favorite activities. So now you know how much the breathing in of oxygen is efficient to us and for our living, because it helps us to conquer every activity, to perform every day-to-day activity efficiently. Now, I'm going to show you which will see your understanding about the respiration. Now, I'm going to show a video which will signify our understanding about the respiration. Let's see the video. See, have you all seen how does our lungs work? When we inhale the oxygen and exhale out the carbon dioxide, doesn't it look like two hanging balloons? Yes, it looked like so. Now, we have talked about the cells. Now we will see what is the role of cells to help organisms respire. But first, I need to revise you all about the cells. Let us see what are cells. What is a cell? A cell is the smallest unit of all living organisms. It is kind of a basic building block of all living organisms. It's like a brick from which the whole house is made. Likewise, our human body or any sort of living organism is made through cells. Many millions of cells made up a human body. They transfer the nutrients and waste around the body. You can see the plant cell and animal cell on the screen. Basically, these cells stores all the energy which we take from food. These cells have different cell organelles within. What are cell organelles? Cell organelles means different types of structures which are present inside the cell. And every cell organelle have a function to perform. These cell organelles have a specific function to perform. And these cell organelles are generally present inside the cells which are working for a specific organ system. Okay? Likewise, the lungs today we are learning about have a specific kind of cell organelle within the specific cell that are present around the lungs. What is that cell organelle which are present inside that cell? Let us see. I'm going to show you the video in which these respiratory cells are in active form during the respiration process. We all know that we respire 24/7, 365 days. Within full a year, we all breathe. Without take any pause, we all breathe, right? Do you know? We take 15 breaths per minute. And in total, we take about 21,600 breaths a day. So, have you ever wondered that these cells take rest or not? No, these cells are always in active position. Okay, let us see what does these cells do in our body. So in the first video, we have seen that these cells are actively running around here and there. But where are they running? These cells are running in our tissues, in our blood capillaries, which are present around the organs. And in the next video, we can see that these cells are rupturing and forming new cells. You can see in the video. See, these cells are breaking down new cells, not taking any rest. Many cells in the body undergo regular division to release the energy. As I said that every cell stored energy within, and these cells need to rupture, need to break down to release the energy which we need to perform day-to-day activities. Now, every activities which these cells are doing alongside the lungs is known as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is a very important topic which is present in your NCERT, and many a times the question from this part do come. Okay, so just focus and understand about the cellular respiration. So as the word signify, the respiration process which occurs inside the cell is known as cellular respiration. What happens in this cellular respiration? It is the process by which cells break down glucose, that is a sugar molecule, in the presence of oxygen to release energy. When we are talking about the presence of oxygen, that means this process undergo when we are breathing, when the living organism is alive. And we all know that we breathe 24 hours a day. So this cycle goes on 24/7. Okay. This energy is used by cells to carry out various functions necessary for life, growth, repair, movement, maintaining body temperature. Students, please focus that this energy is coming from none other than but the food we eat. The food comprises of the nutrients, as I have told you in the previous classes. All the carbohydrates, proteins, fats are stored inside these cells. And when the cells break down, they release the energy. And we use this energy to perform day-to-day activity. Okay? Now, you remember I have told you that every cell have many kind of cell organelles within it. So the the cells which are present inside the lungs is known as perform the cellular respiration, right? But what is the name of that cell organelle which is present inside the respiratory cells? It is known as mitochondria. Mitochondria is the name of the cell organelle which is present around the respiratory cells, inside the respiratory cells. Mitochondria is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria plays a crucial role in cellular respiration, which is the process through which the cells generate the energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It's none other than but the glucose, which comes from the nutrients we eat from the food. Okay? So mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, helps in performing the cellular respiration. The cellular respiration is helping us to release the energy from the cells, and we take in that energy to perform the day-to-day activities. So always remember, the powerhouse of the cell is mitochondria. The question always come like this or vice versa. Okay? Now, as I told you, the energy which released used in several body movements. You can see we are able to perform the different activities if we breathe profoundly, prominently, effectively. Okay, so just relax and breathe properly can make your work do wonders. Okay. Now, after understanding about the respiration, about the respiratory cells, cellular respiration, about the mitochondria, it's the time to learn about two types of respiration. There are two types of respiration involved in the living organisms. What are they? These are aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Let's see them in detail. As we understood that respiration is a kind of chemical reaction within the living cells which releases energy from glucose. Aerobic respiration requires oxygen, but anaerobic respiration does not. It sounds strange that we give out the process, we perform the process of respiration without oxygen. Yes, we do, because how we are going to learn now. Aerobic respiration equation, which involves oxygen while performing the respiration, and it gives out glucose plus oxygen. Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy is released. Okay, but there is one type of respiration which is known as anaerobic respiration, which does not need oxygen to respire. Most of the times, the organisms require oxygen to respire and live. However, some organisms can continue to respire when oxygen runs out. Yes, it sounds strange, but it do happen sometimes. This is anaerobic respiration. Humans can do this for a short time, resulting in lactic acid building up in your muscles. Some fungi and plants respire anaerobically to release less energy but stay alive. Okay? So what happened during the time of aerobic respiration? The energy is released in the form of ATP. You have understood, you have learned now. But at the time of anaerobic respiration, which does not need oxygen to breathe, it produces lactic acid inside your body. Anaerobic respiration, glucose, and it gives out lactic acid plus energy. Glucose means the energy, the food we take in our body. Anaerobic respiration is regularly carried out by the plants which live in the deficient of oxygen areas, but they have to live. So, plants like the marshland and boggy areas where there is deficient of oxygen, the plants carry out anaerobic respiration. So these are the differences which are present on your screen, and the question 2 comes from this, to write down the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. This is a very important question for exam point of view. Aerobic respiration releases a relatively large amount of energy, but anaerobic respiration releases a small amount of energy in a very shorter period of time. जब भी ऐसी सिचुएशन आती है जहां पे हमें ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई अपने अंदर कम लगती है और हमें सांस लेनी खींचनी पड़ती है, तब एनॉर्बिक रेस्पिरेशन काम आती है, क्योंकि इस समय हमें जल्दी से जल्दी ऑक्सीजन चाहिए होती है इन अ शॉर्टर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। तभी आपने देखा होगा कि व्हेन वी यूजुअली परफॉर्म इंटेंसिव एक्सरसाइजेस और वर्कआउट्स और रन, हमारे अंदर एनर्जी नहीं रहती कि हम सांस ले पाए, बिकॉज हमारा जो हार्ट है वो बहुत तेज बीट कर रहा होता है, जिससे सारा फोकस हमारी बॉडी का कहाँ होता है, टू बीट द हार्ट। और हम लोग ऑक्सीजन लेनी शुरू कर देते हैं अपना मुंह खोल के, राइट, और हांफने लग जाते हैं। दैट टाइम अगर हम लोग थोड़ी देर के लिए पॉज लें और ब्रीथ करना बंद कर दें, ऑक्सीजन को इनटेक करना बंद कर दें, तो हम ऐसा देखते हैं कि हम अच्छे से जी पा रहे हैं, अच्छे, हमें खींचना नहीं पड़ता हमें किसी भी एयर को अपने अंदर। और जब हम रिलैक्स होते हैं, ब्रीथ इन करके थोड़ी देर पॉज लेते हैं, तो वी आर एबल टू live properly. We are able to survive in that condition. That situation arises when we are when we are processing the anaerobic respiration within us. Okay. Aerobic respiration, oxygen is present. Anaerobic respiration, oxygen is absent. एरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन में ग्लूकोज हमें प्रोडक्टिव में मिलता है और यहाँ पे हमें नहीं मिलता, इट इज नॉट कंप्लीटली ऑक्सीडाइज एंड द प्रोडक्ट स्टिल कंटेन द एनर्जी। ओके, लैक्टिक एसिड यहाँ पर होता है। अब हम, जैसे कि मैंने आपको आंसर दिया, यही क्वेश्चन आपकी एनसीईआरटी बुक में है Have you ever wondered why we feel discomfort in breathing at the time of running and when doing heavy workouts? Because during the intense workouts, you can see this girl is just doing doing some process to get energy inside body, to get oxygen inside the body. Okay, so in this situation, when we try to get the oxygen, we are performing the anaerobic respiration, which occurs during the heavy workouts. Okay, and you all know it will give out the lactic acid production inside the body. And how can you say that lactic acid is producing inside the body during this time? We can see them in muscle fatigue. हमारी बॉडी थकने लग जाती है, प्रोलॉन्ग एक्सरसाइज करके हमें थोड़ा रेस्ट करने का मन करता है, हमारी बॉडी में हीट जनरेट होने लगती है. दैट इज व्हाई वी स्टार्ट स्वेटिंग. ओके, all these symptoms shows that we are performing the anaerobic respiration. Now, till we have learned about the process of respiration, we have learned about the respiratory cells, the cellular respiration, we have learned about the mitochondria, then we have learned about two types of respiration. From now, we are going to proceed with the section 2 of this chapter in another video, where we are going to learn about the different types of organs which are required in respiration. And then we are going to learn about the respiration in different animals, followed by the NCERT exercise. Till then, keep on learning and keep on revising.